Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Listen, Microsoft, oh boy. Sometimes they really do things that don't make any sense, and this was a video that I just absolutely had to do. I saw this and I couldn't believe it. I thought I had to check the date. I'm like, is it April 1st? Because this is absolutely insane. It's insanity, and I'm not sure what Microsoft is thinking. Honestly, I can't believe this is happening. This honestly leads you to believe maybe that they're trying to kill off the brand completely, or that they just are so out of touch with reality, or maybe they just don't want to do Xbox anymore. Who knows? Like that could be a reason. And I want to get into this because I feel like it's going to be a very kind of polarizing video, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably the same thoughts that I do where this is concerned. So if you guys didn't know, Microsoft has apparently decided that, hey, nobody's buying our consoles, so let's go ahead and raise the price of the consoles again, in the second time in 5 months. This is crazy to see them do that. I mean, if you think about it, so an Xbox Series X is going to be $650 before tax. So you're paying $700 for a console that cost $500 not even 5 years ago, and it's insanely idiotic, and I can't believe that they're kind of doing this. And for me, I'm just kind of trying to take this all in and just understand where it's coming from or whatever. You have a company worth trillions of dollars, and they're taking it out on the consumer for a product that is already very niche. And you just want to ask Microsoft, hey, are you guys crazy? To be completely honest, I don't understand how they could do something so idiotic. Right? I don't know. Like I said, you have a niche product and you're raising the prices. It's insane. The company announced just back in May that it was increasing the prices of its consoles globally, including increasing the price of the Xbox Series X and S consoles in the US by $100 and $80 respectively, which is already ridiculous. Now it's announced that it's raising the prices even further, but only in the United States due to changes in the macroeconomic environment. According to a newly updated support page, the price increase will take place and be effective from October 3rd. Both the 512 gigabyte, 1 terabyte models of the Series S will see $20 increases on top of the $80 increases they received in May, while the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series X Digital will see their prices raised at further $50. The biggest increase is for the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Edition, which will get a $70 increase on top of its previous $130 increase. So this console is $200 now more than it was originally when it came out. The console launched at $599 and now costs $799 and is more expensive than a PS5 Pro, which also comes with 2 terabyte of storage. This is absolutely asinine and insane that they're doing this. I cannot believe that Microsoft is this stupid and could do something like this. Again, like, I like Xbox. I think Xbox is great, but is the Xbox Series X worth almost $700? 5 years in? No, you would be absolutely insane to pay that kind of price for this thing, and it's just because, the next generation is pretty close to right around the corner. But again, if you're charging $650, $700 for last gen stuff, what's the next gen stuff going to cost you? I think that's going to be a very, very costly piece of hardware, in my opinion. Microsoft says the prices of controllers and headsets will remain the same, and console prices in other countries outside the US will also remain unchanged. It's the latest in a series of price increases across the video game industry. Of course, we all know that Sony previously increased the price of the PS5 in select regions in 2022 of August and in April 2025, excluding the US, both times before eventually increasing US console prices last month. Nintendo also delayed Switch 2 pre-orders in the US due to the country's turbulent financial situation. It eventually opened them in late April without changing the console price, but it did raise the price of some Switch 2 accessories in the US and warned that other adjustments to the price of any Nintendo product is also possible in the future depending on market conditions. So this is like completely ridiculous that this is like happening right now. You know, people might say tariffs or this or that, but a lot of that stuff's not even enacted. So the fact that we're seeing these ridiculous prices and things right now just doesn't really make much sense. And, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, we're all kind of like paying the price for these greedy corporations that honestly could foot the bill. Like, we don't know how long these things are going to last or whatever the case may be, but it is seemingly kind of looking like we're kind of stuck holding the bill for a lot of these things, and it's not fair to the gamers. You know, it's like, I can't believe, you know, some of the things that we're kind of seeing right now from Microsoft and just in general in gaming. It's like gaming is already in sort of a weird place, and now we're starting to see even worse things start to happen. And, you know, you have a console that already wasn't selling for crap anyway, and now it's like, hey, you didn't buy your console before, how about we raise our prices to match, to be more expensive than the PS5 Pro, which, you know, this doesn't make any sense from a standpoint that you want to get people on board. And I know a lot of people were thinking, oh, well, you know, that ROG Xbox Ally, that thing's looking pretty good. And then when you look at it now and you look at these prices, man, that thing's going to be $1,000, if not more. You know, it's crazy to look at the way that these things are going right now. And, you know, it's just insane to think that Microsoft thought that this was a good idea. You know, wow. I mean, when you just look at the prices of these things, I mean, the Xbox Series S was originally supposed to be a console that, you know, was out and was doing something to kind of drawing in people that were, you know, looking for a budget-friendly console. You know, the fact that, you know, the Xbox Series S right now is $400 is crazy. The 1 terabyte $450. I mean, are you insane, Microsoft? This is absolutely makes no sense. And you know, I hope people continue to call out Microsoft for this stuff. It just honestly does not make sense to me why they would do this. And like, honestly, it's like you kind of wonder if this is something to do with, I mean, people will bring up tariffs or whatever, but do they want to like not sell these things anymore? Like, that's the thing that I kind of look at and think, hey, maybe that's the idea behind this whole situation is, hey, maybe they don't want to sell these consoles, or maybe, you know, I always had this theory that they had stopped making production on these things and kind of given up and had a back surplus of them, and now it's like, oh, okay, well, now we want to try to like get people to not ever buy our platform again. You know what I mean? Like, so that's sort of where I'm at with this, and I kind of look at it in such a way that, you know, as gamers, I can't imagine people being very happy with this or wanting to kind of pay these exorbitant prices for this platform. You know, like I said, I think the Xbox Series X is a fine console, but it's just not, you know, $700 fine. You know, I think it was a fine price when it was, I think a couple years ago during the holiday season, they had this thing priced at like $350. I think that would be a good price. I've never in my life seen prices go up on consoles that have been out 5 years. Like, it's insanity. And, you know, I think we're all kind of hoping that if the next generation does come around, that we actually have some kind of idea of, you know, a price that's going to be more affordable for people, like mass adoption. If you don't have some kind of affordable price for mass adoption, then you could be looking at the end of consoles, which I think is like a super negative situation and just would not do very well. In my opinion, wouldn't be good for the industry, and we're already seeing the industry kind of struggle. So, you know, the fact that Microsoft is doing this in such a short period of time, you know, hopefully nobody else does it. You know, like I said, you've got this company worth trillions of dollars. They fired thousands of people. You know, they're supposedly making more money than ever, but they can't take a bite on, you know, their hardware a little bit longer. Like, that to me makes absolutely no sense. And, you know, it just really kind of goes to show what Microsoft really cares about, unfortunately. And it is in the consumer. And, you know, I think that they deserve to be fully called out for stuff like this. Whenever this kind of stuff comes up, you really just kind of go out there and just kind of shake your head a bit and just say, wow, you know, this is something that realistically they probably could have done or handled better. And you never see any kind of communication from them anymore with any of this stuff. They never really answer for any of the negative stuff that is being said, and I think that that's a real shame. That's terrible that this stuff happens the way that it happens, you know. And hopefully they can like change it up, do something that realistically you know, makes people want to be able to still get an Xbox. But like, how can you have any faith in this company after stuff like this? So anyway, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about this. Do you know someone who's still planning to pick up an Xbox? I mean, if you want to get one, I'd get one in the next 10 days because those prices are going to go up, 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 up. And, you know, that's crazy. Anyway, hope you guys all have a great day. Crap Gamer, out.
But my mom says I'm cool.
Next.